What's up, everybody? My YouTube family. I haven't done a video, I believe it's been a week. So I want to go back and talk a little bit about my Vietnam experience. Please like and subscribe, brand new channel. Every like and subscription for YouTube will show it to other people so that way the channel will grow. Today I'm here in the park, watch my grandson. He's in the playground right now with his mother and my wife, and he's gonna play soccer later. So I'm here to check him out. Enjoying the day with family. That's what it's all about, folks. Family, love. Be with the people you love. That's important. Enjoy your freedoms. We live in a country where we could boldly go out to a park and do that. There are places that you can't. It's almost impossible to have a good time with your family. So appreciate what you got. So this channel is dedicated to military stuff. I talked about different things, and I started on a Vietnam series about my own experience. My last video, I actually talked about PTSD, why veterans don't like to talk about their war experiences. I elaborated on that. I elaborated on my own experience. The video before that, I talked about my encounter running into actually people in my own platoon. We split up to go and look for the enemy. We spotted that they were close, and we split up to look for them, and apparently one of the squads doubled back. I was walking point, we're walking through elephant grass. The guy didn't see me, but he heard me. He was ready to open up with his M79 grenade launcher, point blank, with a shotgun round, and thank God he didn't. And he realized it was me after he called out who's there. And I said PR. PR is my nickname, which means Puerto Rican. And it was, luckily he didn't squeeze the trigger, else I wouldn't be here today. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about a little incident. This video I'm gonna try to make it short. But one day we come into an LZ, we come in with our helicopters. I was in the second or third bird, don't remember correctly. I wasn't in the lead bird, where usually the door gunners will open up with the 60s, assuming that they might be coming to a hot LZ. So we exit the aircraft, a typical hot, humid day in Vietnam. You start sweating right away. Carrying my ruck, 60, 70 pounds, give or take. I am now the machine gunner. I now carry the pig. Pancho, the Mexican American, left and went home. I was his AG, and I graduated to the machine gunner now. So we land on his LZ, and I noticed right away that the LZ is full of smoke, because the Cobra gunships just came in and, shot their rockets on the LZ in case there was somebody here. And we noticed there was a fire on the other side of the LZ, and the LT noticed right away because of the wind direction. It's a slight wind, wasn't really, like I said, it's a hot day. But it was a slight little breeze, and it was coming towards us. So we get out of the LZ, and he decides to go up this steep hill. There was another hill close to us, so he decides to go towards that direction. And as we're going there, we're realizing the fire is following us. It's picking up speed, and it's, almost on our ass. Now the hill, when I say a hill, is really mountains, okay, folks? When you say a hill in Vietnam, we're talking about huge freaking mountains. And a lot of them steep. They're climbing like straight up. And I'm carrying this ruck, and I'm carrying the 60, I'm carrying the pig, and it's kicking my ass. Mind you, I'm 135 pounds. I'm still, even though I've been in country close to a month, I'm still the FNG, the fucking new guy. I learned a lot since I've been there, but I'm still the FNG. And I'm still trying to get used to the shit, and we're climbing up, and the fucking fire's on our ass, and the fucking MT's telling everybody, go, move, we gotta get out of here. So I'm huffing and puffing, I'm falling, I'm dragging, I'm falling behind, and finally I realize, hey, somebody grab the 60, because, PR, is falling behind, and they start asking me, "You want me to take the 60? You want me to take the 60?" I said, "No, no, no, no. I got it. I got it. I'm not gonna wimp out. They gave me this gun. It's my responsibility. I'm gonna take care of it. I am the machine gunner now. Nobody's gonna take this gun away from me." So even the LT got involved. The lieutenant said, "Look, PR. I'll take the gun. I always wanted to carry the 60. I want to know how it feels." And I tell him, "No, sir. This is my gun. I'm carrying it. I'm humping it. We got to keep going." And I was to the point of passing out. And I didn't give a damn. I didn't give a damn if they gave me a direct order. I don't care if the sergeant gave me a direct order. I didn't care if the lieutenant gave me a direct order. Nobody was going to take that gun away from me. I either had to pass out of heat exhaustion or get shot. Nobody's going to take that gun away from me. I took it upon myself as my responsibility, and I'm not going to give that to somebody else. I'm going to hang in there. So hang in I did, and finally get to the top. And so, make a long story short, that damn little hump up the hill kicked my ass. And I even started saying to myself, I was kind of stupid. I should have gave that damn machine gun to somebody else. But I stuck to my guns, and I'm proud of myself. So, we continue on our hump. I don't know how long we're walking an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, taking a few breaks in between. And I don't know where I was going. That's the way it is. In the jungles of Vietnam, you walk ranger file, one behind another. Make sure you keep your eyes on the guy in front of you so you don't lose him. You don't want to get lost out there. And walking ranger file, going up a hill, going down a hill, going through a valley, walking through rice paddies. And finally, we're in a very thick, vegetated area. And we get another break. The OT says, "We're going to break here." And I figure, well, I'm exhausted. Freaking sun's kicking my ass. And first thing I do, typical GI, I'm gonna look for some shade. I wanna make sure I find a nice shady area. If I could freaking just do basically a rucksack flop and just sit down, and drink a lot of water, and just chill, try to cool off. Before I did that, I noticed there was something that I noticed was shiny. It was coming through the vegetation. It just didn't fit in with the typical green and brown, And I put my hand in the vegetation, moved it a little bit, very careful, make sure there was nothing that I shouldn't be touching. And I noticed that, bigger than shit, it was a sheet metal. It was the size of a door. It was wide. This didn't belong there. I said, this was hiding something. Somebody put this there. Man-made. So I call my LT, I call my sergeant. The LT right away called Kit Carson Scout. Now, Kit Carson Scout is a Vietnamese that used to be VC, he used to be Viet Cong, he used to be part of the enemy. And for whatever reason, maybe he gave up, he was captured. And he decided to help our war effort, and he would join us and act as an interpreter. So the lieutenant gave him the order, says, go check out that cache. It was a cache, and the cache is where the Vietnamese guerrillas keep their weapons, they keep their guns. Sometimes they hide out. Some of these caches are very deep. They got deep tunnels. I've heard stories where some units even have found underground hospitals. This thing could go on for miles. And usually you'll have somebody going in there to investigate with a flashlight and a pistol. Usually a 45, and just go in there with a flashlight and a pistol. And they usually pick the smallest guy to do that. And I'm tall. You have to be a brave fucker to go in there and try to see what you find. Because usually they booby trap with snakes, punji stakes, or mines, or these people knew where all the traps were, but we didn't. You're in the dark looking, trying to find out where this tunnel leads to. So to make a long story short, the Kit Carson Scout looks in there, he doesn't go in there deep, and he comes out right away. He said, "No, this is an old cache. There's nothing here. We don't have to worry about it. It's old. It's abandoned." We didn't know if he was bullshitting. Maybe he didn't want to go in there. And you know what? I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to go in there either. So we throw a grenade in there just in case there's anything in there. Uh, we didn't hear nothing after the grenade went off. No secondary explosions, and we just moved on. The LT must have reported it, and we moved on to our final destination where we're going to set up a defensive perimeter for the night. So I'll leave it at that, folks. That little adventure I had that day, being chased by fire and finding a cache, typical GI, typical FNG, looking for shade, but he found an enemy cache. Take care, folks. Like and subscribe, and until the next one. Bye.